Okay, so now we'll run one last consumer demo using assign and seek. And so assign and seek is basically another way of writing an application. So I'll use my seventh application and we will basically create a consumer, but this time we actually don't want to use the group ID. So I'll just remove the group ID. And we also don't want to subscribe to topics. We want to stay wherever we want to read from. And so this is two different kind of APIs. They're assign and seek are mostly used to replay data or fetch a specific message. And so let's start with assign first. We do consumer.assign, and here we pass a collection of topic partitions. So let's just create our topic partition right here. We'll say partition to read from, which is a new topic partition, and it takes two arguments, the topic and the partition. So say partition 0 for us. And then we'll say consumer.assign partitions to read from, and as a collection, so we can do arrays as list partitions to read from. And here we seek. So that means we need to go to a specific offset. So we say consumer.seek, and then we specify the partition to read from and the offset we want. So we can say, for example, long offsets to read from equals 15L. L is for long. Okay, so we'll do 15, offset to read from right here. And so here we basically said this consumer should read this topic partition, and also it should read from offset number 15. So this is why assign and seek are used, okay? Now we have a while true loop, and in this while true loop, we can basically find an exit condition. And we can say, for example, hey, why don't we exit after 5 messages to read? So we say int number of messages to read equals, say, 5, okay? And a Boolean, which call it keep on reading equals true. So now we change the while loop to say while keep on reading. For the consumer records, we'll say int number of messages read so far equals 0. So here we'll say number of messages read so far plus equals 1. And here we're just going to evaluate if number of messages read so far is greater or equal than number of messages to read, then we'll set the Boolean keep on reading to false to exit the while loop. And here we'll say break to exit the for loop. Okay, so this is good enough. And at the end, we can say logger.info exiting the application. So let's summarize what we did. We create a consumer. We don't have a group ID in there because we assign and we seek. So we assign to a specific topic partition and we seek to a specific offset. We say how many messages we want to read, and then we just have if statements to control our loop. So let's go ahead and play this and see if that works. I'm starting my program, and as we can see, we start at partition 0, offset 15, just like we intended. Okay, partition 0, offset 15. We read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 message, and then we exit the application. So that's it. That's just a method for you to replay a bit of data. It's a less used API. The API you're mostly going to use is the one we saw before using .subscribe and a group ID configuration. But I felt it was necessary, even at the beginner level, to know that the seek and the assign APIs exist in case you need to have some replay capability in your program. So that's about it. Hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.